Good afternoon, YouTube. This is Huffman Historic District. Once again, I didn't get a chance to cover this in the earlier video, but I featured this street and a couple other houses before, but I'm going to dedicate this as part of the Huffman Hill Historic area. This will be part 2. I'm going to walk down a couple streets right here. You have some really beautiful houses right here. This is one of the nicer streets in the Huffman Historic District. Well, the Linden Avenue part between 3rd and 4th is pretty nice, but once you get past 4th, it kind of gets a little rough looking again. But it's a beautiful neighborhood, you know, but it's sadly surrounded by the slums on all sides of East Dayton. But for the most part, it still is somewhat nice. This is Sib Street right here. Just gonna go down this a little bit. This is a funeral home right here in this building too, I believe. I'm not sure, but 50 Simpsons. So some of these houses are still pretty nice and in good shape. Right here, a couple smaller houses, some quaint little charm right here. Yeah, this area definitely borders a very sketchy part of East Dayton. It's not what you would consider to be a good area, the areas that surround it. And yeah, some of these houses are still pretty nice. 25 right there. The carrot shop, auto and buggy repair. I'm not sure if this is still in use yet or not, but pretty nice day. It started off cool this morning. It's around 68 degrees right here. Somebody's working on this house right here. Good luck. So at least somebody's trying to fix it up. Nice to see somebody's fixing one up for a change. This neighborhood, it's still somewhat nice, but it's sad it's surrounded by the slums on all sides of it though, you know. You go north or you go east, you go any direction outside of this, you get right into the slummy areas of this area, you know. It's a nice little area, but it's just too close to comfort to the bad areas, you know. Yeah, this is Huffman Senior Place. I covered this a little bit earlier, some of these streets, but I'm gonna zigzag over again a little bit. I'm not sure if I'm gonna upload this one or not. I'll wait and see. This is 4th Street right here, East 4th Street. So some of this is still in decent shape yet. Yeah, here's one that has unfortunately been condemned by the city, and it's probably pretty far gone to 1944 Huffman Avenue right there. Yeah, I covered this in the video earlier, but I'm going to do a little bit more of it. The really beautiful houses here are on Linden in general, in this little neighborhood right here. Oh yeah, beautiful house. It's a shame this house next door kind of fell into ruins or whatever the case.
So they're redoing it now.
I hope so, because sometimes they'll walk away from it after a while, you know.
Yeah, no, almost got it.
Yeah. This right here is still a pretty nice area. It's just a shame that it's so-so. It's just a shame that the areas that surround it, you're just bordered by really bad, areas on all sides of this. So you don't really have much of a safety buffer in this neighborhood, you know. It just... Yeah, it's a beautiful house. Beautiful house right here. Yeah, it's a nice neighborhood. It's just, I mean, I live not far from here. It'd be a nice area to own a house if it wasn't so close to the, you know, really bad areas. But you just go a block beyond that way or a couple blocks down that way, you're just in really bad areas of here.
People are waiting, I think, till this fall at Rosie's, working on her house over there, and we're working on the back of this one in the yard and everything. So people are coming together. They're working on that house over there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and this greenhouse over there is just redone.
Greenhouse over here.
The dark green down here.
Okay, yeah, that's very nice. I'm glad to see there's some progress being made. I just wish the surrounding neighborhood that surrounded this cared, but they don't. Yeah, approaching Linden Avenue right here. Yeah, you have some pretty nice houses, and at least that lady said people are putting in some effort into trying to fix it up, but due to the close proximity of these to the bad areas here, they got their work cut out for them, unfortunately. Yeah, this is a church right here. So I believe it's Linden Avenue Baptist Church right here. And this still is somewhat decent, but they got their work cut out for them though. Yeah, these are the really beautiful houses throughout down here on this part of Linden, right here in the Huffman Historic neighborhood. This one's been abandoned for a while. I don't know what's going to be done with that one long term or not, but this is still, this part of Linden is pretty nice, but you start going further south, it starts to get really hairy, right? Starts to get really hairy once again, unfortunately, but they're doing their best. It's just an uphill battle. That is unfortunately very hard to win. Yeah, you can see some of these beautiful houses right here. Just some really beautiful houses right here in the neighborhood, but I'm gonna walk back the other way, maybe cover one or two more streets. It's about a 5 or 6 street area that this covers in general. See up the street they're working on the sewer lines. There've been a lot of City of Dayton crews out there working on the sewer lines, I guess trying to get it all corrected and fixed what they can before it gets cold, because we're officially in fall now, and it probably is going to be the second or third week of October before we have a frost or a freeze. So the growing season is definitely winding down. Yeah, it's at the corner of 4th and Linden. You go a block down this way, you start to get into a really bad neighborhood, which I featured this area before, so I'm not going to really go down there again. But just like I said, you go down that way, you get into some really bad areas, you know. See a cat up ahead chasing a squirrel, but I don't think they're going to kill a squirrel, even though they probably seem to want to think they can. But I don't think that's going to happen though, YouTube. But I've covered pretty much almost every neighborhood that I could think of on the east side of town. There's not too much on this side of town I have not yet covered, because I live in this area a couple blocks beyond here. Kitty cat just kind of hanging out here, looking for something to hunt. Yeah, this White House looks like somebody's restoring this. 124. Somebody's restored. Actually, it's Roto-Rooter out here that's doing the work. That's doing the work today. I'm assuming it could be something to do with the tree roots down here, possibly. But yeah, this is Center Street, which I showed this a little bit in the previous video, but you start to get down here and it doesn't get too well. Here you got one that is, you know, boarded up right down there, but it looks like, I don't know, this may have something to do with a tree root right here, possibly. Got some caution tape right here. Yeah, it starts to get a little bit more hairy down here. But you guys got a tree root that's causing problems? What? Tree root causing some problems here? Start of it? Yeah, I kind of figured, given the close proximity of the trees to some of these houses, they can do it. Yeah, the tree roots in this area, as many of you know, that these older houses were made out of clay drains, and if a tree like this is too close to a house, it can easily climb beneath everything and just, you know, bust all the pipes and mess the sewer lines up. But nowadays, when they fix it, they have to at least change it over to PVC and find a way to get the tree, you know, cut back so it's not, you know, wreaking havoc anymore and causing a problem. But that's just how it goes, you know, with trees right here. I'm gonna get ready to end the video at this sign, but this is right on the edge of the Huffman Historic District. And you can see this right here, it gets a little bit more worse as you're down towards East 5th right here, which we're right at the corner of Linden and Huffman right here. But Huffman Historic area, well, that's it for this one.